Alright guys, I went through and did the whole video and not realised it was live. I thought it was on the PTU still. Alright, so we're going to redo this. I wonder why they're doubling up on some of the things. Alright, so guys, obviously, full disclosure, I am obviously in the background going through and playing the Osiris New Dawn as a farming thing. It's generally pretty boring watching me farm, so I'm just doing it off screen. So guys, let's go through and let's break down these patch notes for the live release for 3.19.1 and let's see how we get along. So guys, obviously the big thing, database reset, yes, long-term persistence enabled. Starting UEC is $20,000. Obviously, going into the 3.19, we are not performing an LTI wipe. That's good news, I suppose. With that said, persistent energy streaming and going on to 3.19 has created a few knock-ons to do with long-term persistence, which we knew coming into it. I am getting spat out by some big boy. Hang on a second. I gotta kill this arachnid thing. Right, he's spitting at me. So, which is causing some items to go missing or with certain steps taken. These major issues are now resolved in 3.19, but we wanted to point towards the previous thread about how to give help. Okay, so if you have any issues with things missing or anything like that, please obviously feel free to go through and check that thread. I will put a link in the description below. Let's get into the patch notes. So, known issues. There are about 19, and to be honest, I've already gone through and read them with the other video, but I'll reread them. But to be honest, there's not a lot here that is a major issue. A lot of it just seems like it's like inconvenient stuff. And apparently it's raining in Osiris New Dawn. Alright, so, new deal. Vantage rental kiosks are missing. To be honest, that's probably the biggest thing out of all these notes. Ships can explode from colliding with invisible asteroids. So, I just want to talk about this for a sec, and not in any way to stall because I'm playing a game. But at the end of the day, I think the reason why we've got colliding with invisible asteroids is because they're bringing in a whole stack of new asteroids for the Orion and stuff like that at a later date. I would expect to see the bigger asteroids probably within the next, say, 6 to 12 months. So that means we're probably going to get out of the Orion soon-ish. Sooner rather than later as well, if I am correct about that. Players' corpse will not despawn at Grimhex. Major bummer and shit. Don't go piling them up. Players are unable to fully back out of the primary residence section due to the tutorial section prompt. Art assets will clip through the train during the journey in Lawville. AI FPS enemy combat AI is slow to respond and react. Kind of major bummer and shit. Although bunker missions should be a lot easier at the very least. Vehicle destroyed, ship thrusters may not function and be restored after being repaired. So that could be an issue. Try not to get your thrusters blown up. Damn, this little rock here is almost impossible. Alright, vehicle characters. The players can sometimes literally spawn or fall outside of their beds. Alright, so just don't wake up drunk. Substance items lack the store option while carrying them with inner thought. It's weird that we're getting this bug. I'm wondering if they're doing something with like players' inventory or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but there must be some reason for it. Art VFX, the Aspire ships with activated weapons, so the Talon and Prowler, have opaque glass material blocking vision. Locations, Aberdeen. You as a rover can sometimes spawn under the ground, which is obviously a major pain in the butt. Weapons features tractor beam. If you activate the tractor beam inside the in the hangar, you can go through and bring it into the normal into the normal space. That is obviously a bad idea. Although pretty funny. The hover quad vehicles spawn slightly stuck in the ground. When it comes to stand vehicles, ship docking, the Snuff Fighter lacks interaction prompts, making it unusable. So that's a pain in the butt too. Racing locations, specific rock formations on the Yada Valley racetrack are invisible to some players and visible to others. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Salvage, the Anvil Carrack has certain sections of its hull that are listed as salvageable but will not salvage. So yeah, what they're actually claiming there is invalid or does not allow salvage. Yeah. The Crusader SPK, obviously EVAing onto the landing pads, has a very high chance of killing you. So yeah, I think that's happening because of the refactor. They're going through and doing an EVA refactor at the moment, and I think that's what that is. We're probably going to get like Flying Man, Superman in the EVA soon. Apart from that, Area 18, the Orison shuttles and trains and trams, people are falling through them sometimes, major bummer and shit. And the location Art Corp, Area 18, is the trams are out of sync, which is not a real big problem, let's face it. Yeah, who really cares? Feature updates. So they have gone through and put a ISOP terminal refactor into this build. Now this does fix in a lot of the back end stuff and not a lot of stuff that you would probably notice off the bat. But also some things that it does also allow them to do is to allow them to put the delivery time to literally 0, so that now when you first go in and you first get your ship, you don't have to wait the 20 seconds for it to go through and be transferred. So it will be listed as 0. That's probably one of the biggest things that it does. Like I said, a lot of that stuff it does in the actual background, and a lot of it you probably won't even notice. But it's obviously good to get all the systems updated and obviously working, so that's cool. Tractor beam quality of life. So when now the rotating is actually ignored when it comes to like weapons slots and gimbals and stuff like that. So rotation is now ignored when attaching mining items, gimbals, salvage items, and rockets. I get why they've done this. There was a lot of people that were complaining, saying it sucked that they actually had to go through and rotate. But to be honest, guys, I kind of liked it. It sort of made it a little bit more realistic. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below about that. They've also added the Fury MX, and the Corsair to the free flight racing and the Pirate Swarm modes in AC. The Fury has also got its Polish Pass. And they've also increased the Corsair's maneuverability and maneuvering thrusters HP. The Cortec, they've updated the Toby SKI to 7.4.2.17. What this basically does is it fixes a conflict with OBS WebSocket port 4455, showing as a bad actor when using Toby. I don't use Toby. I am thinking about getting it, but yeah, obviously it's good for any of the guys that are using Toby. If you do have Toby, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you regularly use it? I was thinking about getting it for one of the machinimas. So obviously bug fixing, we do have a fair bit here. So they fixed multiple causes of the 1903 and account unstowed issues. Now I was getting some of those issues still when I was in the PTU, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we'll see how we go. They fixed multiple issues causing AI to duplicate in locations around the PTU. Or the PU, sorry. They fixed an issue causing debris and obstructions not to clear from hangars. That's probably a really big thing, actually. There's should no longer medical beds and screens obstructing hangars. Cool. Good to hear. Where did I get up to? Sorry, I just lost my spot. Yep. Ships should no longer be stored in the ASOP as destroyed when storing them. Claiming and delivering ships should no longer enter the wrong location with the primary residences changed. ASOPs should no longer fail to register ship destruction in specific conditions. Players should no longer be able to retrieve ships after disconnecting ungracefully while in the process of retrieving a ship. ASOP terminals should no longer be unusable and fade to black when accessed. Leaving or returning to salvage motion, contracts should no longer reset progress. Reclaimer main elevator panels should now respond to input. Fixed an issue where players cannot equip new mobiGlas after equipping it and losing it. Fixed an issue where the assigned docking collar HUD element would not appear when requesting docking permission. Cool. Fixed an issue where interactions were sometimes not working after opening the star map. The fixed an issue causing ships to be impounded when calling the ATC multiple times. Mining deposits, shadows, and optimal range should no longer cause damage to the player's ship. So as long as you are mining at optimal range, that should be fine. Arc L4 rest stop refinery elevators should now properly arrive when called. Fix an issue when causing many spawn items to have no proper inner thought prompts. Pressing interaction key binding when the mobiGlas opening animation is playing should no longer break the mouse control. Gravity vehicles should no longer have permanently unlocked item ports without notification or ability to toggle. Fix missing pockets of atmosphere inside multiple space stations. Client performance should no longer drastically dip when getting close to certain spots on Everest Harbour while in the Corsair. Okay. Fix missing terrain at the caves near Lorville. Cool. Fixed an issue causing a missing person onto not appear at the wreck sites for the missing person missions. Cool. Terminal should no longer become unusable for players after the player disconnects while interacting with them. Bunker manned turret guns can no longer be attached using tractor beams and attached to your ship. Aww. Combat assistant missions should now progress correctly after enemy ships have been destroyed. Fixed an issue that was causing server stalls if multiple harvestable nodes shattered in quick succession. Inner thought text for requesting takeoff should no longer display as requesting landing. Mining UI should no longer appear in low resolution. The interaction prompts for all mining turrets are easy to misalign for location or for players, so that's been fixed apparently. Players should no longer lose function if attempting to get into a pilot seat and opening their inventory. And salvage contract progress bar should no longer flicker when multiple players salvage the same objects. There were 6 client crashes, 8 server crashes, and multiple back-end service fixes. So guys, obviously at the end of the day, as for this, look, it's cool that we obviously got to live. Look, to be honest, there's not really any major breaking bugs or any major blockers or anything like that, which is obviously why it's live. But at the end of the day, yeah, obviously we are obviously now just waiting on 320. That'll be the next major patch. I would expect that to probably go to PTU probably early September. And I think it's going to be released at the end of September. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, if this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I will see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.